India and Pakistan on the brink of all-out war. Dramatic ceasefire. But someone else is taking credit for this. When former U.S. President Donald Trump once again highlighted himself by saying, "I mediated." This time, former National Security Advisor John Bolton spoke up.
Last month, India and Pakistan escalated into an armed conflict, exchanging missiles, triggered by a shooting attack in Indian-administered Kashmir. Tensions reached their peak, and the world was on edge over the possibility of an all-out war between the two nuclear-armed countries. However, on the 10th of this month, the two countries agreed to an immediate ceasefire. The first to react as the situation changed rapidly was former President Trump. He claimed on his SNS account, True Social, that after long negotiations with the mediation of the United States, India and Pakistan reached a ceasefire, and that he had played a major role in diplomacy. He also praised himself, saying, "I led the ceasefire using trade as leverage." However, this claim was met with a completely different story locally. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs dismissed Trump's remarks, saying, there was no mediation by the United States. The two countries stated that they reached an agreement through their own discussions, and that there were no trade discussions. However, one person appeared on the scene. This is Trump's former security chief, former National Security Advisor John Bolton. In an interview with Indian news agency ANI, he said of Trump's self-praise for the ceasefire, "That's Trump. It's typical of him to take all the credit." Bolton continued, "Trump may have spoken to Prime Minister Modi, but at that time, there were many leaders and high-ranking officials moving toward a ceasefire," pointing out that Trump always tries to take credit before others. He added, "This attitude of Trump's may irritate many people, but it is not hostility toward India." Bolton left the White House in 2019, after clashing with Trump on several foreign policy issues, and is currently working as Trump's leading internal critic. In other words, it is a comment from an insider who knows Trump's brand politics best. Trump's self-praise over this ceasefire, and his former aide's criticism that, "Here we go again," can be interpreted as a cross-section of the extreme self-promotion culture of American politics, beyond a simple diplomatic issue.
The war he claimed to have prevented. But in reality, Trump's ball throwing is being repeated in international diplomacy.